Hey, what's up, everyone? I think, like most of you, and like I've mentioned before, if you're watching this video, you either like coins or you like bullion. I like coins and I like bullion, but I like coins more. And I know some people might like them both equally, and some people favor bullion more. Personally, I enjoy buying silver coins, but I don't really get excited about just buying like a silver round or a silver bar. I prefer something special. I tend to like smaller mintages, and I tend to like something that actually circulated. So I know I'm probably late to the party because some of you probably are already really familiar with what I'm going to talk about today. But in front of me, I have a whole bunch of Panamanian Balboas. Now I'd seen these in the past, but never really thought too much about them. Then I started looking into them more, and I realized what a great way it is to buy coins, buy foreign silver, and basically get some coins that are pretty scarce. Now, the cool thing about these coins to me is that we have 1/10 Balboas up here, we have quarter Balboas, half Balboas, and Balboas. So basically, the 1/10 Balboas has the exact same weight, fineness, and silver value as a silver 90% US dime. Same for the Panamanian quarter, quarter Balboa to the U.S. quarter, the Panamanian half Balboa to the U.S. half dollar, and for the 1 Balboas to the U.S. 90% silver dollars. So basically, if you're familiar with the fineness and silver weights of U.S. coinage, 90% silver coinage, you are familiar with Panama. Congratulations. Now, another thing is I really like these designs. These are some really cool designs. You could see some of the details. So they're silver. They have a pretty high fineness of 90%, which I really like. They're really nice looking coins. And you might notice that on these, I tend to keep them in these white flips because I can write on them. So this 1947 right here. Again, it's the same size, weight, and fineness as a Morgan dollar or a peace dollar. But check this out. 1947, mintage of only 500,000. That's pretty impressive. Now, I have the 66 here because they basically started moving to clad coinage around the same time as the United States did. But they did do a few things differently. One of the things they did differently is they continued to make proof dollar coins that were still 90%. This is one of them. This is a 1966 1 Balboa coin. Pretty cool coin, I think. And the mintage is 300,000. I mean, that's pretty low. Now, some people are going to say, well, a lot more people want Morgan dollars or peace dollars than Balboas. And to that, I would say you are correct. Plus, last time I checked, Panama is a bit smaller than the United States. But then you see some of these. Like this is a 1 Balboa proof from 1972. You flip that over. Mintage 10,081. Now, there are some coins from some countries that I've never heard of, never seen, and I really don't have too much interest, but these actually do seem to have some traction in not only the coin collecting circles, but also in bullion. I've been doing some checking, and I noticed that some of the larger online bullion stores actually do sell Balboas, and there is a pretty decent premium on them too. Now, I've been fortunate. I've been picking them up here and there, and I've been getting pretty good prices on them. But I've been doing pretty well. Now, you look at some of the half Balboas, like right here. This one in particular, 1930, mintage 300,000. Let's see, how much is this 47? We have the 47, 450,000. And then we have this half Balboa proof. Now this one is, if I remember correctly, 40% fineness. Just like the Kennedy half dollars. Lots of that going on here with the Panamanian and the U.S. Money. Now on the back, that mintage 20,000 on this proof coin. With the dimes, same thing. We have a 31 and a 32 Balboa here. And I'm calling them dimes because that's just, yeah, it's kind of what I'm used to. But you look at the mintages, 150,000, 200,000. Now, not that I'm making a comparison, but I kind of am. 1916D Mercury dime, I believe that has a mintage of like 260,000. These are 200,000 and 150,000. Now, I don't think these will ever be a tenth, no pun intended, as popular as the 1916 Mercury dime, but it goes to show you these are pretty scarce, comparatively speaking, and I would love to know what the survival rate is on some of these. Right here we have a 34. That was a 31 and a 32. Let's see what the mintage is on this. 75,000. So, and I know some of you are saying, well, there's a really high, try and leave these in some semblance of order. There's a really high premium on them. Well, yeah, there is a premium on them. Really high? I don't think so. I don't think it's really that high, to be honest with you. I certainly paid a few bucks over melt for them. 1930 quarter Balboa. 400,000. Let's see, we got a 30 there. We have a 31 and a 32 here. What's going on here? 126,000 and 48,000. That's kind of crazy. And I didn't pay a lot of money for these because I enjoy them, but I'm not like a hardcore Panamanian coin collector where I'm like, I must have that date and I must have a certain thing. So I didn't really pay that much for it. So, if you got a few extra bucks and you're at your local coin shop and you come across any of these, check them out. Like I said, as far as melt value goes, in today's, let's see, silver's like $2.40, excuse me, $2, $24 and about 30 cents, I think. So you figure something like this would be about, maybe about $1.70 melt on the dimes. These are 0.18 ounces, so this would be about, say, $4.30. The half dollars would be about $8.60, and these would end up being right around like $18.50. So there was really not much of a premium. I mean, again, these are circulated coins. I didn't find there was too much of a premium on the 1/10, 1/4, and 1/2. I did pay a premium on the $1. That was kind of sizable. One of them cost me $40, and the other two were like the low to mid 30s. So there was a little bit of a premium there, but like I said, I was not opposed to paying that because I enjoy them. I really like them quite a bit, and I kind of went a little crazy and bought a bunch of them as I saw them. And now I'm just going to really pick up one here, one there. But I just kind of wanted to bring them to your attention because I've seen videos, and one of the critiques of foreign silver is that so many coins are different. Like every country seemed to have their own fineness. Some of them I noticed were 72% fine. I think some of the Mexican coins were 72% fine. Some are 80% like Canada. Some of them were a bit lower than that, 50% fineness. And then they stopped for certain years and they changed and whatnot. But there's so many similarities between Panama and the U.S. that if you're familiar with 90% junk/constitutional silver, there's a lot more that's the same than is different. Like if you look at all the stats, I mean, like I said, fineness is the same, weights is exactly the same, size is exactly the same, and even when they stopped making certain things, they kind of started and stopped things around the same time. So it's really a very, very low learning curve to get involved with this stuff. If you see, like, say, a pre-64 Balboa, it's 90%. And if you've ever bought, like, a Mercury dime or a Standing Liberty quarter or a Franklin half, well, you know just about what the melt value should be. Other interesting factoid, I thought this was interesting, and I just learned this recently, and I'm a little ashamed to say that, but Panama basically links the Balboa to the U.S. dollar. So a $1 Balboa is $1 in Panama. So I thought it was pretty cool. Anyway, I would encourage you to keep an eye open for these things. Check out the prices. If the premiums aren't too objectionable for you, I'd really look into getting one or two or four. Whatever, you know what I mean. It's a good thing to kind of diversify your stack a little bit because I don't know about you, just buying the same thing, it just gets boring to me. Like Silver eagles are cool. And I know some people love buying silver eagles, but I would go crazy if I just had like 1,000 of the same coin. Oh my goodness, it would drive me up a wall. Ooh. Anyway, guys, I will talk to you later. Have a good one.